The West African Center for Crop Improvement, WACCI, aims at developing the next generation of plant breeders and seed scientists needed for the transformation of Africa's agriculture through high-quality research, teaching, and learning. This makes it highly relevant and historic that they hosted the launch of the African Plant Breeders Association, APBA, and the Maiden International Conference on the theme Advancement in Classical Breeding and Application of Modern Breeding Tools for Food and Nutrition Security in Africa at the University of Ghana, Legon.
This is the launch of the African Plant Breeders Association and the Maiden International Conference happening at the University of Ghana. This three-day conference is organized by the West African Center for Crop Improvement in collaboration with other international stakeholders. The conference activities include workshop and plenary sessions, parallel sessions, as well as educative poster sessions. Join us on AAU TV as we bring you this educative and timely conference.
The Director for WACCI, Dr. Eric Danquah, introduced the APBA and the rationale behind its formation and expressed his appreciation to the University of Ghana for hosting the prestigious event.
Julia and Enoch in 2018 began to think about launching the African Plant Breeders Association and engaged Dean Mungani, who couldn't join us today for some other urgent matters, who is the president of the Zimbabwean Plant Breeders Association, to think about the possibility of launching the African Plant Breeders Association in Zimbabwe or Tanzania. Then a few months, about 9 months ago, they contacted WACCI about support to launch the APBA. I said to them that I could place my young scientists at their disposal, and so Dr. Ife, who is here, and then Dr. Danquah got working with Julia, Enoch, Dean, John Derrera, and a number of other African scientists. I was in my office one day when Beatrice and Najiman walked to me and said, they call me Prof, I don't know why. They said, Prof, the members of the interim executives have unanimously decided that you be the interim president for the launch of the African Plant Breeders Association. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I was delighted that our initial conversations about this African Plant Breeders Association had been remembered, and my students, former students, had come back to me asking me to lead them. I was wondering whether I could provide the leadership that they needed, looking at changes in the subject we learned about 25 years ago at Cambridge. I thought that they should take this forward, not me. Nonetheless, I offered to provide the leadership that they so urgently needed. I would say that the African Orphan Crops Consortium, which was established by a team of American scientists that we find here based at the University of California, Davis, and I should name them. Dr. Howard-Yana Shapiro is here. He led that team. He's the chief agricultural scientist of Mars Incorporated, and also an adjunct professor at the University of California, Davis. He, together with Professor Emerita Rita Mom and Dr. Alan Bandenzi, have trained a number of African plant breeders on their African Plant Breeding Academy program and equip them with modern tools which allow them to take the future of Africa forward. And I wish to laud the African Orphan Crops Consortium and the African Plant Breeding Academy for the excellent work you are doing. Today, what I say to open this meeting is I couldn't imagine at the time when we were starting WACCI that I'll be standing here addressing distinguished scientists like you. And I give all the thanks to the University of Ghana, the university which gave us the platform to do what we are doing.
Again, he acknowledged some individuals who played significant roles in the establishment of the association, as well as the convening of stakeholders from the plant breeding community.
I wish to pay a glowing tribute to the Rockefeller and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundations for the audacity to establish the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa. I also would like to pay tribute to the foundation staff of AGRA, especially Dr. Jody Vries, at whose behest the African Center for Crop Improvement and the West Africa Center for Crop Improvement were established. The foundation team of AGRA, driven by Joe, we call him, had at the design stage of the project strategy envisioned a comprehensive program for Africa's agriculture. What we see here today goes back to 2012, and I pay a glowing tribute to Dr. Rufaro Madakadze for taking us to Indianapolis for that conversation.
The three-day event consisted of the opening ceremony, which was chaired by the Director General of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Professor Victor Ajaman. Among the dignitaries from the University of Ghana at the ceremony were the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, and Provost of the College of Basic and Applied Sciences, who stated the contributions of the institution to promoting food security in Africa.
Now, as you are aware, the Sustainable Development Goal 2 aspires to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, as well as promote sustainable agriculture. This is an urgent call, and Africa must respond swiftly and positively to this call in order to attain the goal by the set date of 2030. I said swiftly and positively. Because we cannot be crawling while others are running. We can never catch up. So we have to be awake. If we keep crawling, all we'll be doing will be scoring own goals, kicking the balls into our own nets. And there's no way we can see development by the year 2030. African nations are expected to meet the comprehensive African Agricultural Development Program targets for investments. This requires that a minimum 10% of gross domestic product is expended on agriculture and 1% on agricultural research, which should inform the budgets of all nations in Africa. African nations are unlikely to meet the SDG 2 if such investments are not made. And I'm happy that the Honorable Minister has committed to this. Honorable, we've taken copious notes. And so when you mount the platform and ask for re-election, we're also going to ask you what you've done to this. Thank you very much. The need, therefore, to forge partnership for meeting this goal is very crucial. Now, strategic public-private partnerships are needed for efficiency and effectiveness in this drive. It's in this light that I commend the creation of the African Plant Breeders Association, which is launched today. This common platform should allow networking and collective action to advocate for investments in research for development of the staple crops in Africa. Let me seize this opportunity to call upon African governments, the African Union, the sub-regional organizations, and our development partners to support this new and urgent platform. This, I believe, will drive the food and nutrition security agenda of the continent for the transformation of agriculture to facilitate socio-economic development. I'm hopeful that the African Plant Breeders Association will evolve core values that will allow it to grow from strength to strength, so the association impacts strongly on the socio-economic development in order to reach our goal.
Honorable Minister of State in charge of annual crops, Dr. Sagre Bambangi, officially launched the event and stressed on the commitment of the Ghanaian government to promoting agriculture and food nutrition.
Successive governments of Ghana have been at the forefront in the fight against food and nutrition insecurity in Africa. The first president of the Republic of Ghana, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the African of the last millennium, in his maiden speech at the Organization of African Unity in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, in 1963, said, and I quote, I'm going back to what my able Prof. Danquah just quoted to you, that it is within the possibility of science and technology to make even the Sahara bloom into a vast field with verdant vegetation for agriculture and industrial development. Unquote. Ghana has since then signed on to global and continental agreements aimed at developing our wealth and improving livelihoods. As a country, we are committed to the comprehensive African Agricultural Development Program, and we are striving to meet the expectation of allocating at least 10% of gross domestic product for agriculture and 1% of gross domestic product into research and development for agricultural growth and socio-economic development. Indeed, the whole agricultural community is facing many daunting challenges, with over 1 billion hungry people in the world, a growing threat to food production from climate change, increasing drought, pests, and decreasing gains in productivity. No doubt, we will have to respond to these challenges urgently and decisively and ensure that food production can double without depleting or destroying natural resources. The government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has launched, among others, the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative, which is aimed at transforming agriculture in Ghana. The 5-year initiative is aimed at increasing crop productivity, but we are all aware that crop productivity improvement is underpinned by the supply of improved and high-yielding seed to farmers through plant breeding.
He also congratulated the organizing team for this great platform. There were goodwill messages from plant breeders across Africa on the timeliness of this association.
On behalf of CIMMYT, first of all, warm congratulations to this entire plant breeding community of Africa for the launch of the African Plant Breeders Association. Over the last 2-3 decades, several success stories have emerged from Africa with regard to breeding. Whether it is in regard to strengthening of the local capabilities, both institutional and human, building strong phenotyping networks in different crops, increasing genetic gains in the stress-prone environments, fighting some of the major challenges through breeding approaches, and building not just public-public or public-private partnerships, but also the private-private partnerships in this continent.
Some keynote addresses were given by experts such as Howard-Yana Shapiro from Mars Incorporated USA, who agreed with the notion that the speed of change is faster than the response of plant breeders, and added that the problem of Africans is not yield per hectare but nutrition per hectare. He, however, encouraged the participants by stating that it is achievable through plant breeding.
I often think about paradise. And paradise is a Persian 2 words, parai and DCA, which basically mean where everything is found, a walled garden where everything is found, food and fiber and everything that you need to survive. And to me, a meeting like this, the maiden meeting of the African Plant Breeders Association, is what paradise is all about. We began working in Africa a number of years ago with the notion of ending chronic hunger and malnutrition. If we have a rule that should be the motto for the African Plant Breeders Association, it would be to end chronic hunger and malnutrition, which causes stunting in such a large part of the population of this country. Never forget that plant breeding is inextricably linked to the soul of plant breeders. We know what needs to happen. We have an idea how to do it. And with the support of multiple sources of funding, whether it's national governments, small institutions, small research centers, international donors, it will be accomplished. So what is the challenge of each of you that we're sitting today in this room to think about? You must fulfill the nutrition and food security of Africa. That's why we're here, to fulfill the nutrition and food security of Africa. Each of you has experienced this in a personal way. You will collectively and collaboratively change how we view today, tomorrow, and the future. I applaud each of you participating in the inaugural African Plant Breeders Association meeting. I believe in my lifetime that the dreams that we share to end chronic hunger and malnutrition in Africa will be fulfilled. Thank you.
The Program Officer for Education at Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA in Kenya, Dr. Rufaro Madakadze, also addressed the participants on the contributions of AGRA as well as existing opportunities for plant breeders in Africa.
AGRA is thrilled and excited to be at this launch, especially because we were in the beginning of the conversations to start the association. And I know there are, I don't know, maybe hundreds of students and scientists that have been supported by AGRA in training and in research that are here. We are so excited. This is a great platform for engagement, for partnership, especially in view of the climate change that is rampant. And we all know plant breeding is the only sustainable solution to get and deal with the climate change. We are excited, we are happy, we stand to support as much as we can. Thank you and all the best.
Other critical components of the conference were parallel and plenary sessions on current thematic issues affecting plant breeding and agriculture on the continent. There were also workshops organized by experts across the world where participants were enlightened on issues such as demand-led variety design, enhanced teaching techniques, plant breeding systems, as well as excellence in breeding platform. Another exciting aspect of the conference was the poster sessions where researchers showcased their contributions to plant breeding in Africa. The conference concluded with a discussion of the APBA Constitution, election of the international executives, as well as the announcement of the next venue for the General Conference, which will be at the University of Makerere in Uganda.
I want to announce here that APBA 2021, not 2020, it's been decided that it takes place in the University of Makerere.
The Association of Plant Breeders, APBA, is a timely initiative aimed at providing a pool of resources for solving Africa's food and nutrition challenges.